So, a little bit of a different video today. We're going to be doing some underground rock hounding. Right here, we're going to do some mine exploring. This mine, should be able to find some beryl, some smoky quartz, muscovite, aunitite. A bunch of different minerals have been coming out of here. We are kind of high up in the Colville National Forest right now, and we're going to gear up and go on in, and we're going to walk the whole distance of it. I think it's about 450 feet from things that I've read online. So we're going to go check it out, walk the whole thing, and then come back and hopefully find some beryl in there. So for this portion of the video, I'm going to have to do a voiceover. Unfortunately, all of the audio got really screwed up. So at this point, I'm just kind of walking as far into the mine as I'm able to get. And Sarah and Leica are staying towards the entrance. So right there you can see this big band of smoky quartz. Lots of schist in there as well. That's as far as Sarah made it in right there, you can see. One of the problems I had was the case that I put on my camera. It was actually blocking the audio port a little bit. So some of the audio came in really well. Some came in extremely poor. The water right here was probably 6 inches, 5 inches deep. Nothing much. You can see there's some minecart rails right there, which that was pretty cool. Those ran basically the full distance. You can see some of the schist layers right there. Sorry about the blurriness. I definitely learned a lot doing this kind of mine exploration. I'm not super experienced with it, but I have have all the right equipment for the most part, and kind of have a good idea as to what I'm doing here. So just kind of poking around. It was a challenge to film and a challenge to get quality audio in there, but later on in the video, the audio is a lot better. I took my camera out of that case and certainly made it better. Right about here, the ceiling height is maybe about 9 feet. You can stand up. An average person could stand up right in it the whole time. There's lots of muscovite. Muscovite is mica, essentially. Muscovite being a more broad family. And later on, I return back to this spot, and both me and Sarah do some picking around and sorting of material and do some gathering. And you won't have to listen to me do a voiceover for that. So you can see right here, starting to make my way in, and there's some little pegmatites in there, more minecart, some hoses. I'm not sure what the large diameter pipe was used for. Probably air when they were back mining this, to get fresh air into the back of the mine and create positive pressure so that when they were blasting, they were able to force all of the dust out relatively quickly. It had a nice solid floor. You can see here, there's a old nail pounded into the wall, which is pretty cool to see some of those artifacts in there. At this point, I'm starting to get a little concerned about the depth of the water. It's probably 4 inches from the tops of my boots, so I start kind of standing on the rails for a little bit of added height. And it's pretty slow going. Towards the end of the video, I address this a little bit more, but we'll certainly be returning with more appropriate water gear. Just kind of pointing out some of the material here. A lot of what you see in there is smoky quartz, actually. A lot of that gray, that dark gray on the right-hand side there. Here you can see some big garnets. Look at the size of those garnets. Now, they're all decaying, and maybe you could get some out of there, but not without a lot of work and pounding. And really, the mine's not that stable in this portion, and you'll see that here shortly. This is kind of a more tall portion. It's probably 10 foot to the ceiling there. right about here, I'm just kind of muttering about the depth of the water, and that maybe I'm going to have to be heading back the other way. I'm kind of hugging the side and kind of stepping on the rail and that piece of pipe, and at this point I know I am not going to be able to make it much farther. You can kind of see up ahead that the water is probably 30 inches deep coming up, so that's a no-go. And I thought it was pretty interesting that there was a bird's nest in there. That's not something I was expecting a bird to be nesting that far back into the mine. At this point, I'm about 150 feet in, 100 feet in or so. That's as far as I could kind of really make it. And right here, you can see that large rock sitting right in the middle of the shaft. It's not a shaft. Right in the middle of the mine, and that fell. So another good reason to have a hard hat on. I do have all the necessary kind of PPE, and I would not recommend doing something like this unless you're very comfortable with the site, you have quality information, and you kind of have a good sense of what you're doing. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, and there will certainly be a much better full-length exploration video of the mine. And now we're going to head back and meet up with Sarah and poke through some of the material back there at that spot that she stayed at. Maybe, shine that light away a little bit. So what you're seeing, that fluorescing right there, that is Autunite, or like a uranium ore. And it's all throughout in here, which is very cool. I'm going to turn my headlamp off. There we go. Now you can really see that stuff glowing. Look at that. There we go. That really wants to glow. Look at some of the people's discards here. This is clearly an area where people have been working. You can see over here all of the stuff that they've been picking through. Oh, there we go. Maybe, can you shine the light just a little, so I get a little haze of it? There we go, that's picking up. That's pretty cool. There's some more. Just little tiny specks. Still really cool to see stuff that fluoresces.
Oh yeah, you can see all the pick marks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's, well here, I'll turn all the lights back on in here. So yeah, you can see all of these pick marks where people have been digging in here, getting material out. I'm gonna just grab a couple of little samples and probably poke around in here. And man, I really wish I had my hip waders. That's neat, the schist and quartz. Look at that. That's pretty good muscovite. It's got a nice crystallization. Can you like aim it just a little more away? I'm gonna like pick through the... Oh, that's a good sample. I think I'll take that back. It's got some nice glow to it. See that? Oh, it's nice even picking through people's pile here. I think what we'll do is we will do this. Let's take a bunch of this stuff here and we'll sort it back at the house.
What were they mining out of this?
They were mining beryllium, I believe. There's actually not a lot of really quality information on the site, so kind of...
Clearly it was something good. I mean,
yeah.
Tunnel into pure rock for something crap.
But that is just, the glow on that is so pronounced. So cool. I might try to pick some of this stuff out up here and see if I can get any of this pocket out without banging around too much in here. Look at all that smoky quartz. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Solid.
It's a nice piece. I mean, I would love to get some of the Autunite out of here, but I don't know about the integrity of our roof in here. It's a...
Definitely been picked at, which seems bold.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay poking around with a screwdriver. You can see here, if you look, all of this crystallization right here, that's actually all garnet. So, let's see, there we go. Look. So that's all like a little garnet cluster. That fell off pretty easily, so I'll try to just poke around and see if I can get some more. None of it's in really good shape, but it's all kind of rusted out. Really, I don't need much. Just kind of looking to maybe fill a small sample jar, maybe even a decent sized little sample jar, and call it good. Now it's not going to show up on the GoPro, but all of that little red sparkly bits, it's all garnet. There's some ones back there earlier, Sarah. They're probably yay big, but entirely like rusted out or whatever. Let's see. Let's try to get up in here just a little bit. Get some of this. We don't exactly need more muscovite. We have some of the best samples of mica books that you can get, and I guess now you can't even get up there anymore. What's it called? What is that place in Idaho? Mica Peak?
Mica Mountain.
Mica Mountain. So here's what the samples look like out in the daytime, along with that little jar of everything I scooped off of that ledge. I think I have some decent fluorescing samples in there. So we'll sort it all back at the shop. Welcome back, everyone. So this is the majority of what we got. I've already kind of sorted through some of it. Overall, it was a really good time. You know, there's some interesting material, lots of smoky quartz, some different granites in there, quartz, regular white quartz, muscovite, some little tiny beryl crystals that I got. What else do we got? Got Autunite. Overall, great experience. I wish I could have made it further into the mine. I wish I didn't have audio problems. There will definitely be a follow-up video. Me and my buddy Sean, who you may have seen in some of the videos, we're going to be going back. We're going to have hip waders, and we'll be making it to the end where I guess you can dig and work some much better material out of the mine. So let's look at what we have here. I already kind of put together a little sample jar for myself, kind of a representation of what you can get there. Let's shut some of these guys off and let's look at this. So you can kind of see all of that Autunite, that glowing right there. Super happy with this piece. Love it. And maybe I'll be able to get some much better pieces. Here's a nice little one right there. I'm not exactly sure what the pink mineral is, but I'll have to do some more testing. Some pretty fluorescing pieces here. Some neat muscovite. Let's see, how about this one? Yeah, that one's got a nice little piece on it right there on the corner. Let's turn some lights on. So yeah, the next time we go back, there'll be a lot nicer video. One of the problems was I got a different case for my camera, and I should have tested the audio quality while it was in that case, but I didn't. What can I say? I screwed up. And a couple of, if anybody has any good advice for exploring mines, I'm all ears. Do not worry about Leica. We only took her in like 30 feet or so, and it was not a big deal. And what else? Oh, I would love to get like a oxygen sensor, gas detector. They're very expensive. It's kind of out of my budget at the moment. Maybe in the future we can get something like that. But yeah, be on the lookout for an update video heading out to that mine. Should be a lot of fun. And as always, if you like this type of content, if you like rock hounding, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. It lets me know that you made it to the end of the video. Yeah, catch you on the next one.